Hi, welcome to Casablanca Cargo. This is Kathy, and this is probably the craziest thing I've ever done, and I'm going to share it with you anyway. Back in the summer, I ordered a bunch of back stock from Stampington and Company, and these are some of the beautiful magazines that they used to put out. They still put out some, but these were from 2005 to 2015. Now, they're beautiful, but I can't deal with not being able to interact with them. Hey, if you're watching on TV, why not scan and subscribe? If you're not watching on TV, you can subscribe anyway. I'd appreciate it. So what I did was, after many months of thinking about it, what you see here, I decided to tear them apart, and I'm going to reorganize them into workable ring-bound journals or ring-bound magazines or inspiration at this point that I can actually interact with. I want to be able to write on the pages. I want to be able to put my own notes in it or my own pictures or whatever when I'm inspired by what is going on in the magazine. So, take a breath. I've taken away the things that I don't feel I need, like, the index, the beginning pages, the advertisements. And as I was going through this, I started to reorganize it in a way that made more sense for what I needed it for, if that makes sense. Now, in these pages, there are some things that I'm just never going to get into. I don't crochet, I don't knit. So, being as I'm 58 years old, I'm not going to start a new crafting, explore a new crafting venture. I just need to stick to what I know I can get accomplished in my lifetime. I took out all the jewelry making sections. I kept the hats because I do like to make hats. And, I do make jewelry, but it's not your typical type of looking jewelry. I make my own beads. I, buy silly charms and sew it to cloth, and it's just so different than what these would, I don't need them. So I took those pages out, and I kept these with this one here. Did not keep that. That just doesn't appeal to me at this point. There's earrings. They're really pretty, but I don't wear earrings. Yeah, so, just maybe this will help somebody else. It's a slight form of purging. Very, very slight. Now, that's a dress that I like. As far as the material, the linen, I'd have to have some straps. But, everything is workable. That's a beautiful bracelet. I'll never make it. I like that scarf. I think there was writing scribbled on it. So, that's something. I don't really care for this top. I will never make that. The veil is pretty. I will never make that. So it was just sort of going through this and being really brutal with myself and just saying, okay, Kathy, you're not going to do that. You're not going to make that. You're not going to make that. And allowing myself to take that away, and not worry about it. Because now I'm making the magazine work for me. When I got everything sorted out the way that I wanted, I decided to use some really pretty paper as a magazine page holder. I don't know what you would call that, but I'm going to cut. I'm not gonna glue anything together, but I'm gonna cut, and then I'm gonna use this 3-hole punch to punch the pages and punch the sleeve. I don't know what I will call that. I don't know. Anyway, you'll see it. I'm going to do, first I thought maybe 1 inch, but then I thought that would be too small because it would be 1/2 inch on each side. So then I decide to do 2 inches, and I can always cut it down later. if I need to. And the magazine is 11 inches high, so I cut the piece of scrapbook paper because I don't know what to call it. I cut that at 11 inches. It's 12 by 12 in length and width, and so I cut it to 11 inches. And I'm all, marking it so that it'll line up fairly evenly. I took this 3-hole punch, which didn't really want to cooperate too much, but I put everything in there. It's supposed to be a 10-hole paper punch, and there's probably only 3 or 4 magazine pages plus the scrapbook paper in there, and I'm trying to line up the holes, press on it, and guess what? Stuck. It got stuck. Oh, did it get stuck? And it got stuck and it stuck and it stuck. And then it broke. And by this time, I was really questioning, should I even do this? But the next day, I went to the office store and I bought this for $10 more than the last punch. It says it's jam-free and it's stress-free, and we'll see. And it has a nice little bump right there at the top. So the pages just go right there. I don't have to guess. I don't have to measure. I don't have to make, pre-holes and all that kind of stuff. So on this one now, I didn't want that orange dress on the front. So I made a collage. It didn't quite stick too well. So what I'm going to do now is laminate the cover. And I set up my little Scotch laminator. I've had this for 5 years, I guess. I set it on the highest setting of 5 so that it is hot, and then I will run the item, in this case the cover, through it 3 times, turning it around with each pass. And it's not, luckily it wasn't too wide for the width of the pouch or the height. That was good. And I just try to get that thing in as straight as possible. Sometimes it'll go sideways, and I hold it in the back while it is still open, just in case something would flop around. I don't know. That's just how I do it. And I help it out at the bottom. I have it on my wool pressing mat that I got from Amazon a few years ago to keep my desk from overheating and warping and, or catching fire. I don't know. But there's the second pass, and then this will be the third pass. This laminators really come in handy. I could also have used clear packing tape, or just not do it and just let things get caught on things and whatever, or really glued it down better than I did. So I cut the excess here with my trimmer, and I just used the first indentation there, and then just sort of nip the corners off so they're not sharp. For this, I am going to use my Crocodile. I know it'll go through. I'm not sure if a hole punch would, and plus I don't know where my regular paper hole punch is. But I do know where my Crocodile is. And there we go. So putting it back in now with these little rings. I got these at the office supply store as well. You can see the divider, spine divider. Hey, I came up with a new word. Hey, spread it around. It's a spine divider. This is the skirt that made me buy this catalog, because it is I don't know, words on skirts. How about that? That's awesome. Love it. And I have it reorganized now as an inspiration. I love it. It is laminated, and here's the other ones that I did. Some of them do have the spine dividers. Some of them were so thick that I didn't. I decided not to. I'd have to get bigger rings. And since these are the only rings that I can find at the moment, or that I have on hand, that's what I went with. And you can see the pieces that I have taken out, subtracted from the magazines, and now it's awesome. Now I can go through, I can get inspiration, I can write in it. I don't feel like it's so pristine and the binding is so hard, that I can't get the magazine open. And yeah, it's great. Now, some of them felt after the fact like they could tear the covers because they were distressed when I ripped them off the magazine. So here, what I'm going to do, here's another thing to do with washi tape. That one up there, just, some of these would not open again. Anyway, I had to fight one and let it know who was boss with the scissors. Here's some washi tape. And I'm going to put it over. First, I'm going to put down some double-sided tape because sometimes the washi tape, we all know this if you have washi tape. Some washi tape just doesn't want to stick. It has a mind of its own. So I will help it out here with the double-sided tape, and I cover these holes, and then I will go to the back and I will put down more double-sided tape. Very nifty there. And more on the ends this time. I didn't do it on the front, which I should have. Maybe I'll be okay. Maybe it won't come off. And pull off the cover of the tapes. Yes, yes, yes. Some of these little nitpickers are hard to deal with. And then gently and slowly roll the washi tape down on the backside. And trim it. Oh, isn't it pretty though? I don't know. It was a nice accent. I was not mad about that. And I was going to use my crocodile, and then I thought, oh, hey, just use the three-hole punch. That way I don't have to be looking for holes or feeling for the hole, and all that stuff. There it is. And I'm going to put it back onto the tricky part was getting the thing back without all the bit of the ring coming out, But I did it. That one, there's that stubborn one. It just, there we go. I had to turn it because I couldn't get a grip on it. There it is. So if this inspires you to deal with something that you feel is just too precious, but you still want to have it and you still want it for your inspiration, tear it apart. Show it who's boss. Put it into some sort of form that that you're going to refer to. And see, shoes. I have a pattern. I bought a pattern for shoes, and there's my inspiration. There's my magazines. All ready to go now. I can deal with this. I can go through them. I can, just make them my own now. I love it. I wasn't sure when I started, but I'm sure after the fact, and that one's laminated. Yeah, okay. See you soon. Bye.